Hi Capricorn, let's go ahead and start off with some deep breaths. I had already pre-shuffled all of the cards, all of the decks, and I have some notes here for you, and I have a verse that I would like to read from the Bible, a channeled message that I got. Okay, let's start off with some deep breaths, and I will start us off with some affirmations. Here we go. I know what I am here to do. There are messages that are coming through right now, but I'm gonna first get through the affirmations before we get to the messages that's coming through. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I'm gonna stop right there. Purpose. Regret. Heavy on regret. And growth. This is where you are, Capricorn, 111 on the timestamp. The message that I got here just right now is like, you're not even here, is what I'm getting. You're not even here, is what I'm getting, okay? I keep getting that. You're not even here. Back to center. I feel that some of you guys have been in this journey of delusionment, is what I'm getting here. Delusionment. Starting in Taurus season, this had really put you in a position where you are seeing things more clear. And since Taurus season started, you have been in this place of confusion, okay? And perhaps even the feeling of coming back into order because you have been in this journey of delusionment is what I'm getting here, okay? I literally just jumped right into this, but I want to say that there is a war going on, okay? I feel compelled to say that. There is a massacre that's going on, and this is to take heed on, this is to be aware on, and not to neglect. This isn't something that we should just put off, and isn't something that we should be saying like, oh, it's just another thing that's happening. No, it is happening. And it is something that we should be aware of. You know, we should be asking questions. We should be curious in why it is happening. We should be asking questions in why it is happening. So I wanted to say that, just feel compelled to say that. Okay, thank you. Coming back to this reading, you have been in this journey of delusionment, confusion, and perhaps this has a lot to do with pain, adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. It has been very tough, and it has been very complicated, very challenging, okay? Number 3 could be very significant for some of you. Also, angel number 555. And I also want to read to you what the number 5 means in just a minute. I am just trying to catch up with this flow because this flow is coming to me very, very fast, okay? 333 on the timestamp. You guys, some of you guys are dehydrated. Some of you guys need to drink a lot more water. I am recommended to tell you to take a gallon of water with you wherever you go. Okay, that is a must. Ooh, the wind just picked up outside. You guys are super dehydrated. Slow down, Spirit, thank you. I'm getting like, you guys have been in a lot of pain, whether this would be pain that you're feeling in your body, your physical body. This is like chronic pain. You guys may also have like skin problems. Okay, take that as it resonates. It may not resonate to a lot of you, but you guys may have, I'm talking to somebody here that you have skin problems. You've had this skin issue for a while now, maybe like for years. And you have tried everything to get rid of it, but it isn't working. Okay. I am recommended to tell you to drink a lot of water, to hydrate, because this is also going to irritate the skin, is what I'm getting. Okay. Irritate the skin. I also want to mention, as I'm following this flow and this energy that's coming through, because it's so fast, and notice how I'm trying to, try to put things together, but I just don't know where to start. I'm getting frantic. Some of you guys are frantic. Some of you guys are in worry and a lot of regret. I know that I cannot change the past. A lot of regret. Okay. There may be some things that you're feeling very shameful about that comes with that regret. And what I'm getting here is that you're feeling very frantic. There could be a lot of anxiety that comes with this. Okay. Back to center. Back to center. There are some things that you know was done, either to you or you have done something to somebody else. Okay? And what I'm getting here is 555 on the timestamp. As I said, the angel number 555. There's just some things that you cannot change, is what I'm getting. Excuse me. There are some things that you just cannot change. And while this energy shift that is happening in the air, it is allowing us to change. Okay? It is allowing us to change, but there are some things that you know you cannot change. I know that I cannot change the past. And there were some things from the past that you highly regret and highly feel shameful about, Taurus season. This all came to you starting Taurus season. This all started coming to you since Taurus season started. Okay. And there are some things that you just cannot change. And while this is in the air, you might be the one resisting this change. You might have been the one holding yourself back. And I'm getting like the more that you hold yourself back, the more that you are actually hurting yourself. And I keep coming back to skin problems. You are, I'm hearing psoriasis. I'm hearing rash. I'm hearing wounds, whatever that means, wounds. Like you have open wounds, okay, on your skin. You have open wounds. It's like when you scratch too much and you leave and then you leave a scar. It's like I'm getting like wounds, right? You keep scratching and then you leave an open wound. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Ooh, I feel like I'm sweating. I'm sweating. You're feeling a lot of regret. You're feeling a lot of shame. There's just some things that your body is allowing you to release. There are some things that your body is allowing you to just let go of, but you are holding back. You're holding back. Something about inner knowing. There is an inner knowing here. Like there are some things that you know deep down that was done. Okay. Something was done here, and you know it that it isn't good. It isn't good. I want to also remind you guys that I have been picking up on a lot of bad energy, like very unwholesome energy. I don't like it. Okay. But it's something that I know I feel, and it's surrounding me, and it's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. And on top of this, there is this massacre that's happening right now. Okay, that is not to be neglected. Okay, and as that is happening, that is probably something that I also have been picking up on. Okay, some of you guys have been having vivid dreams as well. Having vivid dreams is a good sign. You might also be having a lot of nightmares and you can't sleep. Okay. A lot of anxiety is what I'm picking up here. A lot of anxiety. You're sweating a lot. Okay? And it is hot where I am. I am in Las Vegas. It is really hot here. But wherever you are in the world, whatever it is that you're doing, or it could be that you sweat at night. You sweat at night, right? When you're having nightmares, you wake up and you're sweating. Okay. This is your body allowing you to pay more attention to the things that needs to be released. Take this as it resonates, Capricorn. This is a very, very important message. This is in fact the message here, that your body is allowing you to change. Your body is wanting to change. Your body is wanting to expand. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And what it is, what you're feeling, perhaps this is why you are having a lot of nightmares, is that your body is allowing itself to be on a different spiritual level. We are collectively rising and ascending spiritually. Know yourself to be worthy. Know yourself to be worthy of more. And know that we are more than just physical. And we are more than just flesh. That is to be reminded, okay? And as you are having all of these nightmares and your body is telling you 11:11 on the timestamp to change, you are in fact resisting the change. You may feel yourself to be resisting the change. And you may be also questioning confirmation burp. Why do I feel this way? Why am I in such worry? Why am I having a lot of pain in my body? And why am I scratching so much? And why is my skin getting worse? This is all rooted in pain. It is either rooted in emotional pain that you have been suppressing, and you didn't even know you were suppressing this whole time. Okay, you have been in this journey of delusionment. You have been in this journey of confusion and have been in confusion for quite some time. I'm getting that. Trust that inner knowing that your intuition is telling you. Trust that. And if there is a lot of regret, and if there is a lot of shame, and there is a lot of blame on your part, is what I'm getting, let that thing go as well. I'm getting like it has not stopped. I don't know where that's coming from, but I'm going to leave that to you, Capricorn. It has not stopped. It has not stopped for a long time. It just keeps on going is what I'm getting. It keeps on growing. It keeps on going. It keeps on going. It keeps on going. There's something about a baby here. Okay. I'm looking at a picture of Joseph holding Jesus as when he was a baby. I am looking at him looking at Jesus when Jesus was still a baby. That is a very significant message for some of you, okay? For a few of you, perhaps. You have a baby, you have a child, okay? And you love them so much and you care about this baby so much and you want what is best for them. You are a father. And there is really nothing in this world that, you care about but your baby. And I'm getting that, and you having to come back to your own truth. And you having to come back to your own truth. I'm hearing you're saving your baby by doing that. You're saving your baby by doing that. I'm getting a lot on resistance. Like a lot of you guys are resisting to change. Change isn't something that you're very comfortable with, is what I'm getting. For some of you, you dread change. You dread it. You dread change. You dread change. But remember what I said, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Like you dread change and you don't want to change, but you also want to grow. Like you have that in your mind, but your body is telling you no. Like your body is not allowing you to grow, but you have it in your mind, your consciousness. Your consciousness is wanting you to grow. You, in fact, have a really big imagination. You have a big consciousness. Okay. I'm also getting like, do not gaslight yourself. Do not gaslight yourself. Do not gaslight yourself, Capricorn. Okay. I'm hearing you do this a lot. You do this a lot. I'm hearing you may not know it, but you do it a lot. You gaslight yourself a lot. I'm hearing switch your perception. Come back to your truth and stand in your truth. I know what I am here to do. Come back to thinking about your baby. Come back to thinking about your family who love you. And this could be like non-blood family. This could be like your soul family, okay? Come back to the people who truly loved you. I'm getting that. Come back to the people who truly cared for you, whomever this person is. I'm hearing you're not okay. I wrote this down. You're not okay. You have made some mistakes and you are not proud that you are not proud of. You have made some mistakes that you are not proud of. And this is probably something what your body is releasing, right? Your body is wanting to come back to being more at ease. But in having to come back to be more at ease, you're going to have to go through the challenges that come along with the regret, the shame, and the mistakes that you are not proud of. I had written that down. You have made some mistakes that you are not proud of. And you know this. Release. Release is what I'm getting. Release. Okay. I keep hearing release, release, release. Start with hydrating. Start with hydrating. I'm also getting, if you have a very cluttered home, right, and having to come back to feeling more at ease and here, it starts with also organizing and cleaning around you, because that's going to give you a peace of mind. It's going to give you a sense of ease is what I'm getting. If your home is clean and tidy, you feel more at ease. I'm getting, do you ever notice that? What your home looks like is who you are. What your home looks like is a reflection of you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Do not gaslight yourself. I keep coming back to that. Do not gaslight yourself. Whatever it was, whatever challenges that you have been experiencing, Cap, I am suggested to tell you to let it go and release. Do not hold back, because the more that you hold back on this, the more that you are only harming yourself, and the more that you get sick. Okay. It comes to a point where our body tells us that whatever it needs to be released, because it's not supposed to be there. There are certain parts of our body that we're feeling, like for example, if we feel backache, like if you've been having, I see a butterfly outside, it's white. I'm getting like, if you have had back pain, if you've had a lot of like muscle pain and muscle strains, like this is a signal, and this is a signal, and this is to pay attention to that. This needs to be released. There is, in fact, a lot of emotional pain that you're holding on to, that you are now trapping in your system, that you are now trapping in your physical body. And it is harder to feel more at ease. Like it is harder to stay in the muscle strain, to stay in the pain. It is a lot harder, and it burdens you. It weighs you down, right? It only makes you weaker. And it makes you feel more weak. And if we don't allow this to be released, and we don't allow ourselves to heal this, whatever it is that you're holding on to, whatever regret that you're feeling, whatever shame that you're feeling, shame is in fact a very powerful emotion. Just as much as joy, happiness, and being light. shame is a very powerful emotion. And what I mean by powerful, that it can, when we hold on to shame and we're not expressing our shame and we're not being truthful to ourselves and we're not being honest with ourselves, that shame that you're holding on to, it is going to turn out to, it is in fact going to, it's like you're having to carry this baggage around with you for no reason whatsoever, is what I'm getting. Like, you're having to carry this weight around you everywhere for no reason whatsoever because you're allowing it to be there instead of just putting it down. But hear me when I say that in having to put it down and having to leave the shame behind and having to leave this regret behind and having to leave all of these unwholesome emotions behind, it requires of you, Capricorn, to be true and honest with you. And that's a lot. We don't actually feel the weight of things until we release it. And then we feel the weight of things, right? But instead of holding on to it, Spirit is wanting me to tell you to release it, because in releasing it, are you helping yourself to be more at ease? Much like when you clean around you clean, I'm hearing like clean your room, clean your bedroom, clean your kitchen is what I'm hearing. Notice the feeling you get from cleaning around you. I'm getting refreshed, right? As I read refresh. That's funny. As I read refresh. Okay. You feel more at ease. You feel refreshed. When you clean around you, you feel more at ease. It's like a weight, just like, right? You feel relieved. Stop holding on to things that you cannot control. Perhaps it is the control. I'm hearing you're going to have to let it down. You're going to have to let it down. You're going to have to leave this behind. Let it down. I keep hearing that. Let it down. There's no reason for you to carry it any more than you should. There is no reason for you to be carrying it with you, because when you carry it with you around, you are blocking yourself from good energy to come in. When you hold on to so much emotional pain and you hold on to so much burden, I'm hearing that like some of it is not even yours. You are blocking yourself from receiving good energy and letting and making room for good energy to come in and to let that good energy to flow in and out of you. Ooh. And what I mean when I said that I feel unwholesome, like I feel a lot of unwholesome. And I don't like it. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. But I mean, you know, I got to do what I got to do. When Spirit tells me to do something, I do it. And if Spirit wants me to express it, I need to express it, right? I am only a messenger here, okay? Spirit is only wanting us to be in a good place with ourselves and being more at peace. And we don't feel a lot of that peace when we don't allow ourselves to release. We don't feel a lot of that peace within ourselves when we don't allow ourselves to have compassion and kindness to ourselves. You may be one giving a lot of kindness and compassion to everybody around you, but I'm getting like, what does love got to do with it if you don't love yourself? Like, what does love get to do with it if you don't love yourself? What does kindness and compassion have to do with it if you are not kind and compassionate to yourself? There are some things, you have made some mistakes here and that you are not proud of, and that's probably weighing you down. That is probably something that is weighing you down. I accept responsibility for my well-being. And I feel like this is something that you are holding on to. Because in fact, you are not proud of it. And you're not very happy with yourself when you think about it, is what I'm getting. I feel like you long for something here. Like you're longing for something. You're longing for someone or something. And it's like you've been in this journey of confusion, and you don't actually know which route to take and which direction to take. And at this point, I'm hearing you're just done. Okay. And the challenges just keeps on coming to you. The challenges keeps on coming to you. Okay. I feel like you're everywhere. I feel like you're everywhere. I'm talking to somebody here. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of challenges. You've been through a lot of challenges, okay? Remember what I said, like there's a lot of unwholesome that I feel more than the wholesome. There's a lot of unwholesome more than the good that I feel right now. And what I'm getting is like you're keeping yourself in the bad. You're keeping yourself in the unwholesome, and you're not actually allowing yourself to be in the good. You're not allowing yourself to actually feel the good. Perhaps you entertain a lot of the anger, frustration that you feel inside of you, the rage, okay? I also written down here, listen to rap when you're feeling angry. Listen to rap when you're feeling angry, rage. Do not, underline that, do not entertain anger and frustration. Release. This is what I had written down. Listen to rap. I was just listening to Future. Listen to Future, Kendrick, J. Cole. I had written that down. Those are the two rappers that I had written down. But listen to rap when you are feeling angry, rage, and anger and frustration, and release. Release, 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 release. Do not entertain frustration and anger. That leads to more unwholesome, and you are in fact attracting more unwholesome in your life when you entertain anger and frustration. When you stay in the emotion of anger, when you stay in the emotion of frustration, you are allowing yourself to entertain that. And then what happens when you allow yourself to entertain more of it, you are attracting more of it. You are in fact in the vibration of it. And while you are staying in that vibration of it, you are also attracting it. So when you are in the vibration of fear, anger, frustration, rage, other energies that are on that level is going to sense that and support it, and you're going to attract more of it in your life. And in order for you to get out of that, there needs to be a lot more release. But you see, this is the part where it gets harder. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. This is the part where some of us get really stubborn, is what I'm getting. Like some of you are very stubborn when it comes to having to change. Okay. This is where it gets a little bit more challenging, because when you release, you feel more soft. When you release, you are exactly more vulnerable. You don't have control. You feel like you don't have control. That is the part that is uncomfortable for some of you Capricorns. When you are changing aspects of yourself, whether this would be in the mind, in the body, or spiritually, when you are changing aspects of yourself, it is very uncomfortable, because you have really gotten to know and held on to the old you, because that's all you've known, right? Your old you, your outdated you, that's all you've known. But when you accept and release and trust, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Okay? When you allow yourself to let go of all of that, to your outdated you, and you step into a new you, you are in fact going to see things in a different light. The sun. You are in fact going to see yourself in a different light, and perhaps that is the very thing that you are not comfortable with, because you have befriended and really gotten to know the outdated you, and you don't actually know what is to come, and having to release the outdated you. Does that make sense? Because in having to release Capricorn, you're not in control. You're not in control. What you want is to be in control. But what are you controlling at this point? What you are controlling is the regret, the shame, the pain, the emotional pain. What you are controlling here is the things that isn't actually of wholesome. Does that make sense? So in your mind, you're longing for a good life. In your mind, you're longing for things that you want, that you desire. But you can't actually have that unless you take the action and changing and releasing the things that is not of wholesome. You see, you cannot get to a point of wholesome unless you change the unwholesome. You cannot get to a point of feeling all of the wholesome and the growth if you have not allowed to heal the outdated you. It is scary. It is overbearing sometimes. It is a lot of weight that comes with it. But imagine you staying in scarcity. You cannot thrive that way. There is no way you can thrive staying in scarcity. Know yourself to be worthy of it. Know yourself to be worthy of it. Know yourself to be strong and changing. Okay, I am called to read to you the number, angel number 555. 5 is the number of uncertainty. It carries no constant vibration. Frustration, anger, rage, lower vibration. It may shift and change. Okay, 8 of Wands. That's what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting. Like, it just keeps on going, right? It just keeps on going. The shift just keeps on going. It can indicate uncontrolled activity and swing to the depths of despair. Lower vibration, right? It is symbolized by the 5-pointed star, the pentagram. The 5s in the tarot pack signify more adversity than one generally finds in books on numerology. We may get a hint of the meaning of 5 from the Tree of Life of the Kabbalah, described extensively in my book, A Complete Guide to the Tarot. Okay, uncertainty, no constant vibration. There is no consistency. Okay, and it may shift and change. So that is what you're getting. Remember what I said, like, for some of you, like, you're all over the place. You feel like you're all over the place. There is no consistency. There is no flow. There isn't actually constant flow that's coming, right? Constant good flow. You aren't, in fact, in your own essence. You aren't in your good flow. You are in a very low vibrational energy because you are holding on to shame and regret, failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Guilt. And a lot of it. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. You're not allowing yourself to grow, but you're thinking you want to grow. Does that make sense? You're thinking you want to grow, but you aren't 3-3-3-3 on the timestamp, allowing yourself to grow. You see, it's all in the mind, but your body also has to keep up with the mind. So as you are thinking about it, let your body go with the flow. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Your where you are with your mind is not aligned with where you are with your body. So maybe that is the struggle here. Your mind and your body isn't aligned. For some of you, I'm getting like, this could be why I'm getting like, I don't know where to go. You're all over the place. You might be all over the place in your mind. Okay, but your body is steady. I'm getting like your body is steady, like you cannot move, like you're unmovable. But in your mind, you're everywhere. So this is where do not gaslight yourself, because your mind is going to take you everywhere. Like there is no stability in your mind. I'm talking to somebody here. This is coming up very heavily. You're not stable in your mind. So you're thinking, you're longing for growth, and you're longing to change, and you're longing to be in a good place and not the unwholesome anymore, because this has been an ongoing thing that you have been experiencing and you just want out. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn, but what I'm getting is like your mind and your body isn't actually aligned. So what's happening here is like your mind is everywhere. And it's thinking about things, it's imagining things, right? It's seeing things, and it's desiring things and wanting things. But your body isn't actually moving. Your body isn't corresponding to where your mind is at. It is, in fact, in alignment with each other. It's not in alignment with each other. And so where you are with your mind, your body is also trying to catch up. I'm getting like it takes little by little each day and having to take the necessary action to meet up and where you are with your mind. Wow, that is very profound. Thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing stagnant. There is stagnancy. There is stagnant in your body that you feel. Your body isn't allowing you to move and take actions on the things that you have in your mind. In order for, I'm hearing intentional, be intentional. Have it in your mind. I'm hearing write about it. And journaling, it helps declutter your mind. Okay, thank you. And journaling, it helps declutter your mind. Oof. I feel like I'm getting a headache. I feel like I'm now feeling dread. Like I'm feeling dread now. Like I just want to sit here. Like I don't want to do anything. You get headaches. You get headaches a lot. Often is what I'm getting. Your body is lazy. Your body is not moving. Your body is unmovable. At this point, it is unmovable. And so where you are with your mind isn't actually in alignment with where you are with your body. Because you see, I'm getting like you're desiring a whole lot. You're desiring change. You're desiring to be more successful. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And you have that in your mind, right? But your body is holding on to so much of like unwholesome emotions that you're holding on to. And that is why your body is not moving in the pace you know you should be. You're not, in fact, in the momentum that you should be because you're holding on to a lot of unwholesome emotions, Capricorn. I'm talking to somebody here. Like you're wanting a lot more growth and you want to see improvement in your life. This is what I'm getting with the growth card. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. You are, in fact, in a lot of challenges. Let me tell you, when you find yourself to be in a very challenging place, when you experience something very challenging, it only means that it is teaching you a valuable lesson, and it is to obey. It is to be obedient. I'm gonna leave that to you, okay? It is to be obedient. You are to be obedient to that challenge, and you are to pay attention to what it is telling you, because maybe that is what you're putting off. I'm getting that some of you guys are very stubborn when it comes to that. I'm getting like you guys are like, you have a really bad attitude when it comes to change. You have a really bad attitude when change is facing you. I'm getting like you scoff. You're like, ugh, you do that. Like, ugh, I don't want to do that. Like, that's where I'm getting like the lazy part in the body. The lazy part. Like, I feel like I'm just dreading myself at this point. Cap, what the heck? I know what I am here to do. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. As your mind is going, Capricorn, may you find yourself to be in good health. That's all I'm going to say. May you find yourself in good health. As your mind is going, Cap, I'm talking to somebody here. As your mind is going, you're going to have to allow your body to also go with it. Does that make sense? You're going to have to do a lot more movement. Did you just hear the sirens in the background right now? I'm getting like some of you guys like, you you find yourself to be in constant like in bad health, and you feel the need to like go to like an urgent care or something, or like I'm getting in and out of the doctor's office, okay, and urgent care. You find yourself to be seeing the doctor often. Lately, it has been like that. Ooh, I'm getting like, you're gonna have to give yourself some break. You're gonna have to give yourself a break. I'm also getting like, you're gonna have to allow your family to also help you. It's hard, you say, because it's hard because your family is not even there for you. Like, you feel like your family is not even there for you. Heavy emphasis on family right now, okay? I feel like a lot of us collectively, and not just for our Capricorns, a lot of us collectively are having, confirmation verb, having trouble with being with family, having trouble with being around certain family members, because you don't feel like they care. You don't feel like they actually genuinely care, okay? I'm hearing like there's just so much more good to come for you, but you're not allowing yourself to be. And perhaps you have been around a lot of unwholesome energies around you. Even maybe like growing up, you have been in a lot of like troubled mind, troubled in your physical body, troubled in your spirituality. You have also had a lot of issues with finance, right? You have come to a point in your life where you're just like, I've just had enough. I can't do this anymore. You are, in fact, feeling like you're failing. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. You feel like at this point you're failing. And I'm coming back to that image I was talking about with Joseph holding Jesus. Like, you keep coming back to your child. Like, you do the things that you do on a daily because you have a child. You have a child to provide for. You do the things that you do because of your family, because of your children, okay, male or female here, but I'm getting a lot on like male. Like, you are a father, the emperor, and you do the best that you can, the best of your ability, to keep things stable, to keep things in control. And maybe that's what it is like you're having to hold on to so much control because you don't want anybody to step in and controlling it. And this is where I'm getting a lot of that stubbornness as well. That makes sense. And I mean, I'm hearing stern. You're very stern. I'm hearing let go. You hold on too much to things that you aren't. You're holding on too much to things that is, in fact, not helping you grow. Okay, I'm going to leave that to you, Cap. Think I am the bread of my life. Say that a couple of times and make it a habit. I am the bread of my life. I am the bread of my life. I am the bread of my life. And keep that in your mind. Like, I'm getting like, keep that in your mind. I am the bread of my life. Keep that in your mind before you go to work is what I'm getting. Keep that in your mind as you go about your day, right? Like, I keep a little book with me that has, I keep this little book with me, 365 daily affirmations for positive prayer, and I keep this with me wherever I go, and I just browse, and I just read a prayer, and having to do so, it reprograms your brain, it reprograms your mind, it reprograms your thinking, your mindset, if you will. Okay, 4444 on the timestamp. It is coming back to stability and more stability, and getting you out of all of that negative emotion, unwholesome emotions. keep that in your mind. I am the bread of my life. Say this a couple of times every day throughout the day. And it takes 60 days to develop a new habit, right? Do that for 6 days straight. You at least like once a day, like remind yourself, put it on your mirror, a reminder, right? Like write it down on your mirror, write it down on a piece of paper, and put it on your fridge, if you will, and to remind yourself that you are worthy. You may have been that child who didn't get a lot of positive affirmation from your family. You may have been that child who didn't get a lot of like encouragement. And I'm getting neglect. Heavy. You may have been that child who didn't get a lot of you didn't hear a lot of I love you, I am proud of you. I'm getting like I am proud of you, son. You didn't get a lot of the positive affirmations from your parents or whomever it is who raised you, and you felt a lot of neglect, right? Like I said, heavy emphasis on family. I feel like we're feeling all of this collectively, and not just you, Cap. And it is to take heed on, because we are not. This is not to be passed on to our children. When we are not aware of where we are with ourselves, we are actually aware of what it is that we're projecting onto our children. When we are not aware of where we are with our mind and where we are with our body, you are in fact projecting a whole lot of that lower vibrational energy to your children, and your children is going to pick up on that instantly. Your children is going to be influenced in your behavior and your words and the words that you say and what you think. And it is going to also stress your children out. It's going to stress them out as well. And they're going to start thinking, why am I stressed out? For no reason whatsoever. And they're only like, 8, 9 is what I'm getting? 8, 9. They don't need that. I'm getting like there are a lot of parents out here right now who project so much negativity on their children for no reason whatsoever, because they don't have self-awareness. They don't have awareness on where they are with their mind and their body and their spirit. It has become a place of spiritless, soulless people. Am I angry about that? Hell yeah. Because let me tell you, Cap, here's the backstory. I was a neglected child. Let me just say this real quick. A backstory. I was a neglected child. Okay, my parents were not present in my life, and when I was a little girl, they weren't present enough in my life. Okay, there were some things that I had seen my dad do that I was not happy about, and that stuck with me. Okay, and it was in my mind for a long time, and it was hard for me to heal from that. I went through a lot of daddy issues, mommy issues. My relationships were not successful. Every relationship I had was not. It taught me to actually push myself, to love myself more, and I feel like I've changed a whole lot because of it. But that's the thing, is that the change needs to happen in order for you to get out of that trauma. Because in fact, you are holding on to a lot of trauma. I held on to a lot of trauma in my lifetime for years. And, it came to a point where I started looking at people and asking myself, like, damn, like, how do you become happy like that? Like I was at a point in my life where I was severely depressed, and I would look at people and look at them and be like, why are they so happy like that? And how are they so happy? What do they actually do to make themselves look like that? Like they look so effortlessly happy. And I would tell myself, I want to be that. I would constantly like look at people and tell myself, I see this bird right now. I just came. What a cute little bird. And I would tell myself, it's got like white on it. It's black and white, and it's just like leaping, like jumping around. Anyway, Animals could be very significant for you. You're seeing a lot of birds. Okay, you're seeing a lot of animals. Animals are surrounding you. Okay, coming back to what I was saying about inner knowing. I would look at these people and I would tell myself and ask myself, how do they do it? I want to be like that. I want to be happy. I want to be effortlessly happy. I want to move like that. I want to talk like that. I want to think like that, you know? But because I was severely depressed, like, hated myself to the core. Like, I fucking hated myself. I didn't even know who I was at that point. In fact, I didn't even know who I was. I had no sense of self. I had no sense of direction, no sense of purpose in myself. I did not believe in myself. You know, I felt very worthless, insignificant. And at that point, I would tell myself, you know, like, how do you get to that point of happiness, of having that inner peace, inner happiness that I see in everybody around me, but I don't have it? And then I would tell myself, if they can do it, I know I can. If they can do it, I know I can. So I went and chased it. And it took a lot of inner work. A lot of inner work. And it started with having to separate myself from the world. Because sometimes that is needed. Because it is going to only take you back to yourself. The sun. The sun. You know, the innocent, pure you that came out of your mom's womb and shit. The sun. Until the world corrupted your mind, until the world fucking messed you up. I'm getting like, you did this to yourself, Cap. You did this to yourself. You were in fact entertained by unwholesome. And you kept yourself in unwholesome, but for some of you, it's very unfortunate because you're around a lot of that unwholesome growing up. And you were the one who was feeling helpless and you felt like you couldn't help yourself. And that's a lot of trauma that we hold on in our body that we are now feeling today as an adult that we neglect. Because you see, the reason why we are not thriving is because we are not allowing ourselves to thrive. We wait on other people. We wait on other people. When we should take the responsibility and accountability and having more control of our health, what's the point on waiting on other people who isn't actually going to help you grow and thrive? It is a weird world that we live in. It's becoming more of a weird motherfucking world that we live in, and strangers are getting stranger. You know what I mean? These people that we've known in the past, like they are becoming strangers today. And I get that. In this song, I forgot what the song is called, but Janae Aiko, she says, "Shame on me for changing. Shame on you for staying the same. Shame on me for changing. Shame on you for staying the same." It is taking accountability for your own growth. You see, a lot of us wait on other people to make changes. A lot of us wait on other people to want to have a more expanded consciousness and awareness. But for what? Who are they to you anyway? And what have they actually done for you anyway? And when we don't trust in ourselves enough and the Most High, we aren't actually moving and growing, and maybe that is why your body is where it is. Because we have only really gotten to know to be in less. Because in fact, our leaders out there doesn't actually tell us to be more. It doesn't actually encourage us to be in more, but to be more in less. But you see, you are not less. We are not less. If you are a child of God, you are not less. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. We have perhaps been conditioned to think that we are less and we are not allowed to have more in our life, but our goal is to be greater. Our goal is to be in our purpose. Our goal is, in fact, to grow and not stay stagnant. And I'm talking about like to grow in mind and in body and in spirit. We may think that this is it. We may think that this is all we have. This is it. And this is all we can do for ourselves. But when we look to spirit and we follow our intuition, there is more. I'm just gonna leave that to you guys. That like there is more. 5555 on the timestamp. We were just conditioned to think we can't have more. You grew up in an environment where you had less and less and less, and perhaps you're very humbled. You're humbled because you know the less. You're humbled and you're grateful for what you have, right? Because you know what less looks like and you know what less feels like. But that's not where we stop. It is, in fact, not the place to stop. It is a place where we learn and be aware of and see the things that we see and then grow from there. We've only really gotten to know what is little and what is insignificant. Right? If we have been in poverty, and if you feel like you have been in poverty, that's not where it stops. Poverty may, yes, really teach you a valuable lesson about yourself, and it actually can really teach you a whole lot about your spirituality. And as we all should practice on our spirituality every single fucking day. But they don't tell us that. Of course they're not going to tell us that. Because then you become powerful. But what happens then when you have a family and a child to tend to? Are you going to allow yourself to stay in less? And are you going to allow yourself to stay in poverty? Or are you going to allow yourself to grow spiritually? It is not up to anybody else in how your life, and how you want your life to look like. It's not up to anybody else. And if you are one being controlled right now at this point, like you have a family member who's controlling you, I would say to, I don't want to say stay away, but stay away. Because it's not actually helping anybody. If you're around family members who do not support your growth and your ability to grow, that is in fact what is holding you back. Like you could be that child, now an adult, where there are family members who want to help you and like give you advice and share some advice, but to you it's like it's actually not helping you at all. To you have something else in mind. Like you trust more in what you feel is good for you than the advice that is being given to you. Does that make sense? You trust more you trust more of your path than the path that everybody wants to give to you, because in fact it isn't to be trusted. Take that as it resonates for some of you, Capricorn. Take that as it resonates. Like you aren't in fact trusting in a lot of that, because you know in your mind that you want something else. You know in your mind that there is something more worthy to go after, to chase. And in fact, your body isn't allowing you to move faster and not allowing you to be in more, because you are in a lot of that trauma and you've been holding on to a lot of that trauma. And what comes with that trauma is you being in trouble. And when you are troubled, when your mind is troubled, you are going to attract trouble. So in this new episode of your life, surrender so that you attract other things, good things, perhaps even a partner, somebody who is just like you, somebody who deserves to be with you. I love you, Cap. I will see you guys in the next. Thank you for being here and hanging out. If you guys would like a personal reading, all of my information will be down in the description box below. Ooh, I want to read to you the verse. Okay, this is Proverbs 6. Verse 16, 17, 18, 19. There are 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that plots wicked schemes, feet that run swiftly to evil, the false witness who utters lies, and he who sows discord among brothers. I'm going to leave that to you. And I will see you guys in the next. Take care.